let's talk about the newest collection from Fantasy Cosmetica, the Lost Library collection. Can I just say, this theme is so cute, and wait till you see all the different parts and all the attention to detail with all these different pieces of this collection. So first up is this empty palette, which fits 626mm pans of eyeshadows, and they're going to be launching 6 holochromes. And there's even a little mirror in here, which I feel like is pretty uncommon to see for an empty palette. So there are 6 holochromes total, so they are multi-chromes and they also are hollow. You're mostly going to see the hollow with more direct lighting. There's only a couple of lights, so you really can't see them. And then with this collection is also launching 9 new bullet lipsticks. So first time ever they're introducing this new formula, and the packaging on these is so cute and so clever. I love that each side has a little bit of a different bookcase design on it. I mean, the attention to details, I love it. I love the font of Lost Library. When I first saw these, I was just so impressed and so excited. This is such a particular kind of collection theme, and I feel like it's just very cutesy. It feels really warm. I feel like it's perfect for this time of year to launch something like this, and I feel like I very much get the vibe from all these products. They really did an amazing job channeling the Lost Library feeling through all these little pieces, from the packaging to the color names to the holochromes. And they're also coming out with the Lost Library scent, so you can buy this fragrance in different sizes. I believe this is the 10ml, so this one is going to be $16.99. It's a little bit tobacco-y, but not in an overwhelming way. And then they're also introducing another new product, which I was so excited to see this because it is candles, and I love candles. I am very particular in the kind of scents I like. I usually don't like anything too much that's like kind of like baked goodsy. I really like things that just smell like fresh or they fit the season. So this is the Suspicious Bookshelf. Everything about this is just so chef's kiss, but this is the candle, and I love the little label on it as well. And there's a little description on the label that really transports you to what this candle is supposed to smell like, and I feel like it's exactly what it smells like, and that is: a loud creaking sound follows tug on an old torch. The smell of sweet tobacco fills the hallway as a secret room is revealed. And let me tell you, you smell this and you visualize it and you're there. Like, you're really there. I love this. I already burned this. I love that this is a wooden wick, so I don't know if that's still the name for it. I feel like maybe it's only a wick if it's made out of cloth or whatever it's made out of. But anyways, it makes a crackly sound, and it just adds on to the way that it smells and then the way that it sounds. At first was like kind of freaking me out, but anyways, enough about this candle. I love it. I definitely want more of them. They do have 3 others: Overgrown Observatory, which is crisp apple; Cursed Tome, bright, invigorating, woody, and herbal; and then Secluded Nook, tea leaves, woods, and subtle sweetness. Picking up all of those, and I'm picking up whatever they're coming out with in the future. Obsessed with this. And thank you so much to Fantasy Cosmetica for sending me over these products. I'm so excited to be able to film this video ahead of time for you, and I do have a code with them, which I will put up on the screen in case you're interested in shopping anything. All the information down in the description box, because there's kind of a lot of pricing and I don't want to just eat up too much time. We talk about pricing specifically. They do also have a Black Friday sale coming up, and I'll put that all down again in the description box. So first, I'm going to be showing you lip swatches of all the 9 new shades, and then I'll be doing 2 looks, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. So let's get right into it. So I will be pairing these single shadows with some of the Fantasy Cosmetica palettes. Today I'm going to use the shade Grimoire, which is this one, and they're all like multi-chrome-y, shifty, and hollow. And then I think I'm going to pair it with the shade Song on the inner portion. So usually with multi-chromes, I do like to use 1 at a time. However, I do kind of want to use as many as possible in this video. So I think for the second look, actually I'm not sure. I think for the second look I'm going to use books. So I did only do 1 look with the Warlock palette actually. So I think I'm going to reach into this palette to use this shade from the Sorcerer palette right into the crease. And just going to work that in. And then up. I feel like there's something on my brush. It's kind of darkening the edges of this shade. So I think I'm going to have to grab a clean brush. Okay, I'm just gonna go back in again with this teensy brush. This is from Gloss Gods, the M04. They did send this one to me, and I haven't really used it, actually. I don't think I've used it at all, and it's so tiny and perfect. I'm actually just going to use this shade too, and I'm going to dip into the Warlock palette, into Eldritch down here. I don't think I used this shade in my look. I'm trying to remember. There's a chance that I did, if I did deepen it up. But I'm just popping that, and I'm just first working it in to the outer corner. I like to press it down first and then start blending it out. Just gonna go in with a little bit more out here, the outermost portion of the lid, and then I'm gonna wipe this off as much as I can. I'm gonna take a little bit of Innate again, and I'm just gonna smudge that into the edge of this. And then I'm going to take a clean brush and a little bit of just setting powder, and I'm just going to go over the edges everywhere. Picked up Grimoire, and I just misted it a little bit with some water. It doesn't look very shiny. I can definitely see the hollow, but I don't feel like it looks very shiny. I used the other shade yesterday, and that one seemed quite shiny, so I don't know if it's just maybe some of these are not as shiny. But next I'm going to take Song, and I'm going to mist my brush, and I'm going to put Song right into the inner portion. This was definitely more like a true silvery kind of holographic eyeshadow, so I feel like they definitely give a little bit of a grayish cast because of that. So I'm actually going to take my finger, and I just want to see what happens if I go in with my finger, if they're gonna be any shinier. I do feel like it made it a little bit more shiny. So here's the first look. For the second look, I'm gonna go in with the Fighter palette. I kinda wanna do a pretty simple look. Taking Cavalier, I'm just gonna pop that into the crease just to lay it down, really fluff it out with a larger blending brush. Just adding in a little bit more, really swooping it out here. Gonna put a little bit more in here. And then I'm gonna take Warrior, and I'm gonna take that on a slightly smaller brush. So I'm taking Warrior, and I'm just gonna pop that right into the crease, and then make sure that I have room to blend it up. So now I'm just gonna slowly work it upwards, not adding any more. At least not yet. And then I'm just gonna really flick this out. Okay, that went a little too much flicking. Going back in with a little bit more Cavalier. And then I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more Warrior in some spots. Just really try to blend it up. And then I'm gonna take a small pencil brush and just go underneath my lower lash line with Warrior. I'm just gonna do like kind of a tiny little wing here, but not too focused. And I think I'm just gonna use my finger on this side, so I'm gonna use Book. And I felt like this would go really nicely with these mattes. So here's what that looks like, just picked up on my pinky. And we're just gonna pop it right all over the lid. And then out here, I'm just gonna feather it out, and I'm just slowly spreading it so that the most shadow I put down is here. And then I do just want to go over the edge a little bit. Here's the second finished look. First and foremost, candle fragrance hit for me. Love them. I definitely want to pick up the other candles for sure. It's not an overpowering scent, but you can definitely smell it, and I like that because I don't like anything that smells a little too strong and a little bit too like almost artificial, because those kind of scents can give me a headache. But this is just like the perfect amount of scent where it just fills the room with it without overpowering you and really hitting you over the nose with it. They really know what they're doing with their fragrances, because I've been really enjoying even some of the ones that I didn't think I would like. I've been really enjoying them, and I look forward to seeing what kind of fragrance they come up with next. So next I'm going to talk about the lipsticks. These are so creamy and so pigmented and beautiful. The only two shades that I feel like take a little bit of layering are Forgotten and Overgrown, which is the green and the blue, but the rest of them are super pigmented, especially the red. Absolutely so pigmented, really stunning kind of shade of red. Really enjoying these. I can see myself throwing these in the bag. I love the packaging and I love that they're actually square because I think it really goes with the theme. I just think books and squares, I guess. And the names are so clever and on theme. So now on to the 6 holochromes. At this point, I have tried quite a few holochromes. These are all very, very, very smooth. I feel like the shine level varies just a little bit. And I definitely think these are going to be best used over a tacky primer or with your finger. Now, because some of these are a little bit more kind of like iridescent-y and they have almost no base, pretty light, and also because they are paired with the holographic pigment, which tends to be silvery, they do kind of end up looking a little bit silvery, a little bit whitish on the lid, and you can really see that, especially here, even though I layered it a little bit over the eyeshadow. You could layer these over different color mattes, but I do think for the most part they're going to end up looking a little bit more silvery, and I feel like the shift because of that is a little bit more subtle. I do really like Book, the shade I used on this side, because I feel like it's a great everyday kind of holochrome because it does have a little bit more of like a brownish taupey tone to it, so it's going to pair really great with some more neutral browns, just like how I used it with the tones from the Fighter palette. I did use the shade Scroll right here yesterday in a reel, so stay tuned for that coming up on my Instagram page. This one was really smooth and shiny. All of these are very, very smooth, and I think they apply very easily. There's no fallout, there's no like pieciness or anything like that. They do look very smooth. There's no glitter particles or anything like that. Like, they feel like a really nice emollient kind of eyeshadow. They're not squishy either, so I'm not concerned about wear time or anything like that with these. So I'm looking forward to using these 2 other shades. I'll probably feature them in a reel, maybe in like another YouTube video, but probably in a reel. But I think these also would be great kind of everyday holochromes because these are a little bit more on the neutral side, so you can pair these with some brown tones and kind of use these as one and done shadows. So like a one and done holochrome, I mean, that sounds amazing. And again, certain kind of lighting will bring out the holo more than others. So for example, if you're outside and it's undercast, or indoors and it's undercast, you might probably not see too much of the holo. But if you're like in direct light, certain lights like ceiling lights that hit you from the top, you'll really be able to see the holo, especially like in the kitchen, in the bathroom. I can really see the holo. They're just really fun eyeshadows to spice up any look for every day or going out, etc. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this collection. Is there anything you would like to pick up? I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.